Lobsterman and Clam Digger continued, talking about Maine's first superheroes, Lobsterman and Clam Digger. Lobsterman was the main feature, the big guy. Clam Digger was his faithful sidekick, his companion, his best friend. And who were they? What were they? The name Charlie Kimball is a composite, actually. The last name Kimball is fairly common in Maine, throughout New England, but in Maine, where I grew up, there were several families of Kimball. There was Clem and Shirley, and there was the family. Well, actually, there was like three different families, and they weren't related in Searsport. And Charlie was just a really common first name. So Charlie Kimball was Lobsterman. Pearly Stone, the last name Stone, was another common name, especially on the coast of Maine. There was a guy I knew and worked with before I actually came up. Actually, after I came up with the name Pearly Stone, a guy I worked with from Penobscot was his last name, and there was a contractor who lived in Frankfort, worked as a deputy sheriff part-time, and he had three sons and a daughter, and his wife, Sandy, and the sons, Damien, Sean, and Adrian, and the daughter, gosh, I can't remember the daughter's name. But the last name Stone was quite common. Pearly actually came from my brother-in-law, Pearly Seekins. Kind of a tribute to him. He was a Navy guy, an engineer in the Navy, and kind of heroic, really, for me. He was my oldest sister's husband, and he had the greatest laugh in the world. I wished I had a recording of it to play for you, but he was a riot, and he had such a wicked sense of humor. Everything made him laugh. Well, anyway, Charlie Kimball and Pearly Stone, a little bit of background. They were friends almost from birth. They knew each other through school, grade school, high school. They played football together, probably a few other sports. Brian and I really didn't get into the backstory all that much. There are some insert pages in some of the issues, like 7 and 8, maybe 9 and 10, that artwork by me, and showed some what would have been, stills of their exploits on the football field. Charlie being obviously big enough to be a lineman, both offense and defense, played Iron Man football. And Pearly, he was a smaller guy, so he was a cornerback or a free safety on defense, and a wide receiver or halfback on offense. And some games we put some, like I said, we made some drawings, black and white, with action, tackles, pile-ups, that kind of stuff. But we went a little bit into their history, and they attended the University of Maine at Orono, and played football there too. Both of them dropped out, and had to go home and earn some money to help the family out. This was done during the early 90s, when the price of lobster hit rock bottom. Some lobster fishermen were going out of business, and it was tribute to my buddies from high school. Their families were hit, and kind of an homage to the lobster fishing industry and what a tough job lobster fishing is. You know, it causes the death of few people. Get sucked overboard, get caught in a rope, get hauled under. You're out there by yourself most of the time. You know, it's not wise, but you have to do what you have to do, make money. And it can be lucrative, you know, they can make hundreds of thousands of dollars, but they also have to pay for their boat and their traps and all the things that go with it. So anyway, it's a tough business. And Lobsterman and Clam Digger, the names that they used as titles, Lobsterman, Clam Digger, superheroes, Maine's first superheroes, that's where that came from. And their names and their aliases were all tribute to my high school days and the friends that I had who were actually in the business.